Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the daily live show here on Facebook and YouTube. A little technical difficulties, but we were able to figure it out, so we should be good to go on Facebook and as well as YouTube. And as you can know, of course, Kyle and myself have been on the last week, but we bring on a new guy here, B-Russ, at B-Russ35. B-Russ does the Mount Lockmore podcast with myself, does a great job, and happy to have him on today and maybe possibly the rest of the week, B-Russ.
Love to be on, late nights this week. So got some free time in the morning. So glad to be on and talk shop with you fellas.
Yeah, absolutely. Kyle, how was the weekend over there?
It wasn't too bad. I was in Sioux Falls with my travel basketball team and didn't place any bets this weekend. Just pretty focused on that. So just glad to be back at it again.
Absolutely. One of the cappers at the network, Pumbaa Cakes, and B-Russ, we can talk more about this too on the Mount Lockmore podcast. That'll drop here around noon on Monday. But Pumbaa Cakes put some money on Phil to win it all early Thursday. He got it close to plus 35,000 and ends out cashing out quite a bit of money with the Phil win. So pretty crazy there.
That's my dream. I just want to hit one. If I hit one bet like that, I'm done. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. If I win $10,000 on a bet, then you're never hearing from me again.
Yeah.
Well, and what about him actively saying that he's not going to share his money with any of the cappers or bring the cappers to Vegas? Like, what's that all about?
I know, right? You win a good chunk of money like that, and you can't. Come on. The least you could do is bring us to Vegas.
I wouldn't bring you guys to Vegas.
Okay, I guess I don't know. Yeah, if you win, 10 G's or more, I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have a woman, so I mean, there's no woman in his back pocket talking to him. So
fair.
Well, there we go. So yeah, shout out to Pumbaa. Heck of a bet. For the cappers out there, he will not be putting that towards the capper contest, so he will not be up, plus however many units he ended up. So that's good news for us.
210 units.
That would just be ridiculous.
Yeah. So he did mention that he wouldn't do that to us, and I was like, well, thank you. So I was worried because he is close to bottom of last place, but standings for that will drop out here later this morning. Got a little behind on the weekend, but here we are. It's Monday. We got basketball. We got NHL. We have a WNBA game, and like B-Russ always says, just a great time to be alive in the sports gambling world. So, gentlemen, we'll start with the two NBA games here on the slate as I pull up the odds for tonight's games. We have the Milwaukee Bucks hosting the Miami Heat. The Bucks obviously have a 1-0 lead. Bucks minus 4.5, minus 180 on that money line, and the over-under is 222.5. And then the late game, you have the Portland Trailblazers who got one from Denver in the first game against the Nuggets. The Blazers, again, even money on that money line. Nuggets minus 1.5. I believe that's the same line from the first game one, and the over/under is 227. So, gentlemen, out of those two games, what do you like there? Side, total, money line? What are you going with here?
Kyle,
Go ahead.
Okay. So I have like a few plays in these games. I think that the Nuggets come out and they establish Jokic down low. I think that these two teams are kind of terrible matchups for each other. The backcourt for Portland is a nightmare for Denver defensively, and vice versa. The front court for Denver is a nightmare for Portland. Defensively, I think the Nuggets come out, they establish Jokic early and often. I think he has a monster game. I like the Nuggets minus a half in the first half, and I like them minus 1.5 for the game as well. I think they come out, they even the series. I think they dominate this game the way that Portland did in game one.
I like it. Kyle, how about you?
I also like the Nuggets in this game. I think they like B-Russ said, I think Jokic has a really, really solid game, and they win that game. I also like the over of 227 in that game. I think both these teams are going to score quite a bit of points tonight. And then in that Bucks Heat game, I like the Bucks minus 4.5. They won obviously on a buzzer beater with 0.5 seconds left by Chris Middleton. I just don't think that game's going to be as close tonight. So I like the Bucks minus 4.5 as well.
All right, I like it. I'm also on the over in both of these games. The Heat at the Bucks. The over is 8-0 in Milwaukee's last 8 games on Monday, so kind of cool stat there. And then the over is actually 11-3 in Miami's last 14 games after scoring 100 points or more in their previous game. And the Blazers and the Nuggets, the over is 10-2-1 in Denver's last 13 games following a double-digit loss at home. So I'm going to take both those overs and hope for some points on this Monday evening, I should say.
I mean, you always want points. That's nobody lives, trying to get less points.
Yeah, except
it's not a life to live.
No. That's not B Russ's brand or a brand to live by, right? We did have some guys. I know I was on at B Russ, and I think you might have been too. The under of 221.5 in the Golden State Memphis game. That was tough on Friday. Went to overtime. It was cashing all the way, right? It was going under the total, and went to overtime. They scored 229. So that was tough.
Tough for me was Saturday. I had the over in the Mavs and Clippers at 217.5. Game ended 113 to 103. I mean, it looked like that thing was cruising the whole way, and then it just 216 on a 217.5 over. That's nightmarish feel.
That's tough.
And Kyle had B-Ross, I think you too had on Friday. The Warriors minus 4.5. They won by 4, right? That was tough.
Yeah.
It's just a stab in the heart when something like that happens. It really is, especially like when like you need that to have like a fairly decent day and get yourself back in the Coda Capper contest a little bit, and you see that, it's just like, come on.
Yep, and that sets a tone for the weekend too. So tough to get a loss like that into the weekend. But gentlemen, we have 5 NHL games here today at 6:08. We have the New York Islanders. This series tied 2-2. Taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins minus 140. Over-under is 5.5. And then you have at 6:08 as well the Toronto Maple Leafs trying to go up 2-1 on the Montreal Canadiens. Maple Leafs minus 165 and the over-under is 5.5. Then you also have the Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the Florida Panthers. The Lightning minus 115 on the road. The over-under is 6. You have the Edmonton Oilers taking on the Winnipeg Jets. The Oilers minus 120 on the road and the over-under is 5.5. And the late game here, the Minnesota Wild, of course, taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. The Wild trying to hold off the Knights as the Knights have a 3-1 lead. And the Knights, though, are minus 180 on that money line, the over-under 5.5. So, B-Russ, we'll start with you. Out of these 5 games, what do you like here tonight?
I'm going to give you a play for every game. Okay. I mean, this 5 games tonight is a wild slate for playoff hockey, but we love it. I think the Islanders found something on Saturday. I think that the goaltending is going to take over for them. It's going to lead them. I like the Islanders to win tonight and take a 3-2 lead over the number 1 seeded Penguins. So Islanders money line. I also like 4 of the 5 games so far, 3 of the 4 games so far have gone over in Tampa, Florida. I don't see why that doesn't change. I mean, Tampa's scoring like 6 goals a game by themselves. So Panthers and Lightning over 6. I also like Toronto puck line. I think that they are starting to get rolling. I think that they'll have a big game tonight in Montreal. So I like them puck line. The Oilers are dead. Just for anybody that didn't watch or see what happened last night, they blew a 4-1 lead with less than 9 minutes to go in the game. Last night, lost in overtime to the Jets. They are dead. It's time for them to blow it up. So we're rolling Jets money line. I mean, I just don't know how this team, they've won 1 playoff game in like 6 tries with 2 MVP players on their team. It's just wild to me. They dominate in the regular season, and then you get to the postseason, and McDavid and Draisaitl are just, they vanish, and it's crazy to me. But that's hockey. And then last one, I like Vegas to finish it off tonight as well. I like puck line for the Knights.
All right, cool. I saw B-Russ, you were tweeting they should trade their 2 superstars there.
Yeah, if they want to trade, I mean, the Blue Jackets need a center. If they want to trade, we got some assets they can have. We got extra goaltenders. You want to send McDavid on over, I wouldn't be opposed.
I don't think anybody would.
Or you wouldn't.
No.
All right, Kyle, what do you like here?
So I also have a play in each of these games. So for the Islanders Penguins, I like over 5.5. So far, the over-under has been split 2-2. I just think tonight, with it being a crucial game 5 to go up 3-2, I think there's going to be a lot of goals scored. So I like the over of 5.5 for this game. And then I'm also going to tail B-Russ for the Maple Leafs Canadians games. I'm going to take Maple Leafs puck line. I believe that's what you took, right, B-Russ?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm gonna do that as well. I can get that at plus 165. I like that play for sure. And then Lightning Panthers. I think the Lightning will finish off the Panthers tonight, so I'm taking them money line at minus 115 on my sports book. And then, Pace, we've been saying it all week long. Somebody's got to get swept in the NHL playoffs, and I think it's going to be the Oilers tonight. I'm taking Jets money line plus 100. I also like the over at 5.5 in this contest as well, because lately they've been scoring a lot of goals as of lately, so I like that. And then I also am going to tail B-Russ with the Golden Knights Wild game. I think the Golden Knights do finish off the Wild tonight, about minus 180 on my sports books. Just a little too much juice for me. So I'm going to actually take them puck line minus 1.5.
Okay. All right. I like it. Similar to you, gentlemen. I have a couple of the same plays there. I also like the Maple Leafs puck line. The favorites in the last 33 meetings between the two squads, 24-9. So that's a nice trend there. So I'm going to take them puck line. I also like the under in the Islanders and Penguins game. The under is 5-2-1 in the Penguins' last 8 home games and 41-18-5 in the Islanders' last 64 games as road underdogs. I also take the I keep going back and forth in this one. I'm going to take the Lightning, though. I'm going to take the Lightning puck line. The Lightning are 28 in their last 28 games when their opponents score 5 goals or more in their last game. So I'm going to take them puck line there. I like the under in the Oilers and Jets, and much like you gentlemen, I think, unfortunately, the Wild are done here tonight, and I'm going to go with the Vegas Golden Knights puck line. The Wild are 10-27 in the last 37 playoff games as an underdog. So there we go. There's our plays in the NHL. Again, you can find all of our plays at the network at Cody Cappers, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And you can find B-Russ on Twitter at BRuss35. And Kyle, I'm going to get it right today. Comb Dog on Twitter with 2 R's. There we go. All right, gentlemen, anything else in the NHL before we move on to the MLB? 8 games there.
No, I'm gonna be tuned in tonight. It's gonna be a good night for some hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be a fun slate here tonight. 5 NHL games, 2 NBA games, 8 MLB games, and 1 WNBA game. If you are a fan of that, so the MLB games here we'll go over quick. We'll kind of take them in chunks. We do have some early games here at 12:07. The Tampa Bay Rays taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. The Rays on the road minus 115. The over/under 10.5, and then you have the Philadelphia Phillies at 5:40, and Zach Eflin taking on the Miami Marlins and Trevor Rogers. The Marlins at home minus 128. The over/under is at 7, and then you have the Cleveland Indians. Of course, that is B-Russ's squad taking on the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers at home minus 130. Over/under is 8.5. So, gentlemen, out of those 3 games, what do you like here?
I'll start it off. So I looked at this Rays Blue Jays line. I'm like, why in the heck is that over under 10.5? And then I look at the stats for these 2 pitchers. You know that Ryan Yardbaugh is 2-3 with a 4.24 ERA, and Ross Stripling is 0-3 with a 7.2 ERA. So I mean that's just ridiculous. But still, a 10.5 over under is just crazy to me. I do like the Blue Jays on the road here the Rays on the road here against the Blue Jays. I think they can pull it off. So I like them money line here. And then I really, really like the Marlins minus 125 on my sports book against the Phillies. I think that's the move. And then B-Russ is going to like hearing this. I like the Indians tonight against the Tigers. I always fade the Tigers. Just that's a move I've always done. I think the Indians can pull it off tonight. So I like them against the Tigers here money line.
I like it. B-Russ, how about you?
I was looking at these lines last night, and I saw that the Tigers opened up as favorites. I'm really confused how the worst team in the league is ever a favorite in anything. What does Vegas know that we don't know? I don't care. Indians money line. That's easiest bet of the season, to be honest with you. Indians money line. So I can't wait till tomorrow when they lose and it's like a 4-1 game or something dumb because the offense can't do anything. And the early game, I love points. I love runs. I saw 10.5, and I can't stay away from it. I got to go over 10.5.
Wow.
Let's go.
I'm a bold man.
Very bold, B-Russ.
Okay, I like it though.
Hey, I have a brand. I stick to it.
Yep. That's what you got to do, B-Russ. There we go.
Exactly.
The Tigers also agree with you again. 13-51 in their last 64 games versus a team with a winning record. Yet they are favored today against the Indians. So very interesting there. My 2 plays in these 3 games here. I like the Rays as well. I'm rolling with the Rays money line. They're 6-0 in their last 6 road games, so with the total set at 9, between 9 and 10.5. It's at 9.5 right now. And the Blue Jays are 0-5 in their last 5 games with the total set at between 9 and 10.5. So I like the Rays here. I'm also on the Indians as well. Again, they're 15-5 in their last 20 games with a total set at 7, between 7 and 8.5. So I like the Indians there. I don't know if that's good for us, that we all like the Indians, or if that's bad. So just a heads up there in the chat, or for the people watching.
Yeah. 3 for 3 on the Indians. I don't know.
Yeah.
Spencer Turnbull's on the bump too, and he's coming off his no-hitter. So they always pitch well after a no-hitter, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know if we've talked about this, gentlemen, but I know B-Russ has gone back and forth on Twitter, but no-hitters, I don't know. I think it's cooler to hit a grand slam now than it is a no-hitter.
I mean, they're just giving them. They're just going out of style. Baseball is not like what it used to be. It's just crazy that it's devolved to you're either hitting a home run or you're striking out. There's really no in between.
Yep. Yeah. Kyle, any take on that?
It's just crazy to me just how more often it happens. Like I said on one of the shows, we haven't had a perfect game since Felix Hernandez did it back in 2012. So I mean, it's been nearly 10 years since we've had a perfect game, but we've had tons of no-hitters up until then. It's just come on, you could have had that one error, you couldn't have had that one walk or something like that. Just give us something a little more intriguing to watch,
Absolutely. So very, very interesting there. Just how many are there's 7 now?
I think there's 6, right? 6.
Okay.
6, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right, gentlemen. 5 more games here in the MLB. We have the Colorado Rockies at 6:10 Central Time taking on the New York Mets. The Mets at home with David Peterson on the mound. They are favored -140. Over under the lowest of the day at 6.5. The Baltimore Orioles and John Means have been on him all season long. Come to the Twin Cities to take on the Twins and Matt Shoemaker. At my sportsbook, this is down the middle, -110 on both sides. The over-under is set at 9. You also have the San Diego Padres at 640 and Blake Snell taking on the Milwaukee Brewers and Brandon Woodruff. The Padres even money. Over-under is at 7. And then we will save the 2 other games for the next time slot. But gentlemen, out of those 3 games, what do you like here?
Give me John. Oh, go ahead.
Nope, you go. You
okay.
You started.
Give me John Means. Give me the West Virginia legend, ride or die. We're rolling with them. John Means. Give me the Orioles money line. Might even sprinkle a little bit on the strikeout total. Not sure what it is. It's at yet. I'll look it up and we'll figure it out. But I mean, John Means has just been electric all season. Love him. And then I wish I could watch Rockies games, but no MLB TV. Can't watch them there. Nothing on YouTube TV, and I'm not paying a ton of money for any cable. So I like the Rockies, though. I don't like just something about the Mets. I know DeGrom's not pitching, so if he's not pitching, then it's kind of a crapshoot for the Mets. So give me the Rockies money line as well.
Ooh, okay. That strikeout prop B-Russ too is that 6.5 for John Means.
Over.
All right.
Nice.
Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle?
For me, so that Rockies Mets game, like you said, the over under is at 6.5, and this is why I struggle with that. So Austin Gomber starting for the Rockies, and he has a 4.96 ERA, and that David Peterson is starting for the Mets, and he has a 4.67 ERA. So how that over-under is at 6.5 is beyond me. So I'm taking that over in that Rockies-Mets game. And then I'm also tailing B-Russ here. Give me John Means against the Twins. I think they'll take that money line. And then for the Padres-Brewers game, Snell's on the mound for the Padres, and I always got to root for the team with Snell. So, and the Padres are actually, in my sports book, they're underdogs at plus 105. So I really, really like that value pick there. So I'm going to take the Padres money line.
All right, there we go. Kyle, I'll tell you, the under in that Mets-Rockies game is 7-1-2 in their last 10 meetings between those two squads. So I'm taking the under there, and we'll be on different sides there. And then I like again, we're on, all three of us are on the same side. I'll take the Orioles. I also really like the over here. The over is 9-2 in Minnesota's last 11 games after scoring 5 or more runs in their last previous game, and 8-1. It is the over is 8-1 in the Orioles' last 9 games following a loss. So those are my 2 plays for this time slot, as we have 2 more games here on the docket in the MLB. And we have the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Chicago White Sox and Lance Lynn, the White Sox minus 180, over-under is at 8.5. And then the Seattle Mariners are at the Oakland Athletics. The A's minus 160, over-under 7.5. Gentlemen, these 2 games, what do you like here?
I can't possibly... Sorry, BRS.
We will get an order figured out for tomorrow.
Yes, we will. Me and BRS keep cutting each other off. I apologize. I can't possibly be wrong on another no-run first inning bet. I have been terrible so far on no-run first inning bets, but I don't think I'm going to be wrong on this one. I like a no-run first inning in that Cardinals-White Sox game. I think these 2 pitches are really, really solid. So I'm going to take a no-run first inning in that game. And I like the Athletics minus 0.5 first 5 against the Mariners. So those will be my 2 plays there.
All right. B-Russ, how about you?
Yeah, it's almost like we're linked, Kyle. I had both of those written down as well. I like the no runs first inning in the Cardinals White Sox as well, and A's to win the first 5 innings.
All right. There we go. There's those 2 guys' plays. I like the one play here. I like the over in the Mariners and A's game. The over is 7-0-1 in Seattle's last 8 road games, with the total set between 7 and 8.5. So I like the over here and can cash there. Anything else, gentlemen, in the MLB that you like? V-Russ is like that prop bet. Kyle, any prop bets for you today?
Nope, I don't think so. I think I'm going to be just going back to the lab and doing some groundwork until I can work my way back up in this capper contest.
Alrighty, that is fair. Gentlemen, there's one WNBA game here tonight. The Wings at the Liberty at home, minus 2.5, and the over-under, let's see, 166, I believe here. What do you guys like here?
I got the Liberty at minus 1.5. Give me Sabrina.
Okay.
All day. She's dominate. Minus 1.5, easy win.
I'm gonna go with B-Rest here. Like I said, I've been riding the Liberty all year long. I've been a big Ionescu fan, so I'm gonna take the Liberty as well. I also go against the Wings for the fact that they keep cutting my girl Megan Gustafson. So I'm kind of been fading the Wings quite a bit here. So give me the Liberty tonight.
All right, and I'm on the other side. Give me the Wings plus 1.5. The Road Dogs have been doing pretty well in the WNBA, so I'm going to take the Wings. They just knocked off the Sparks. They played the Storm tough. They lost by 3. Now they go on the road, take on the New York Liberty. So I'm going to take them plus 1.5. Maybe sprinkle a little money line. Even money right there. But I'll tweet those picks out later today. So there we go. 2v1 on that side. I think that's it, gentlemen. Unless you have anything else you want to add to your cards.
No, sir. That's about it for the day.
All right, sounds good. Again, B. Russ and I will be on the Mount Lockmore podcast, episode 42 here at noon. Kyle and, of course, DJ, the Gambling Feud podcast. What episode are you guys on now? 16?
We are on episode 16, yeah. And due to some scheduling difficulties, we will be recording tonight rather than tomorrow. So that episode will drop on Tuesday rather than Wednesday. So
that is correct. So one day, ahead of what they're usually on their usual schedule. So there we go. Thank you for all watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know. Tweet at us at Coda Cappers. You can find B-Russ on Twitter at BRuss35 and Kyle at CombDog with 2 M's there on Twitter as well. So we'll catch you guys. B-Russ, you gonna be back tomorrow too?
If you guys will have me, I'll be back. I got nothing going on in the morning.
Of course.
We'll have you. And we'll establish an order of talking, too.
There we go. Awesome. So B-Russ.
No, anarchy. Total anarchy. That's what we're here for.
B-Russ will be back tomorrow. Kyle will be back tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. We'll hopefully have all the technical difficulties ironed out. We didn't start too bad. 9:33. We only started 2 minutes late. So tomorrow we'll be back at it, 9 a.m. Facebook and YouTube, 9 a.m. Central Time. Comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see everybody tomorrow.